Today's a big day on the show, not only because we have the one and only Wynonna Judd joining us for a little chat ahead of the energetic county fair up in Fort St. John this summer, but also because we're going to give you the chance to win your way there with our Hobby Horse Hoedown. Details on that, plus the beginning of our stops on the northern route on CKPG today. Would you look at that? There it is. We're on the northern route here in Mackenzie, British Columbia. That's one of the stops you can take when you follow the northern route. You'll end up here at the Mackenzie and District Museum. There's a lot of history to talk about, not only in the incorporated town of Mackenzie, but also before it was here. Let's head inside and meet Museum Guy Jim. As he refers to himself, he's just the museum guy here in Mackenzie. But he knows everything there is to know about it. Let's go check him out. Now inside the Mackenzie and District Museum here with Jim, the guy who runs the place, and thanks for making the time to chat today, Jim.
Thank you.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about where we're standing here and what is in this museum. We're talking about the development of Mackenzie, which itself is not that old, but the history in here goes back a lot further too.
Yes, it does. Mackenzie is started out as a very young town. The average age in 1970 was 26 years old.
Wow.
Now it's 54. So the town's aged not only with the people, but the town itself. It was built in 66 to 68, instant town. So
it's kind of unheard of in BC's history. Like, this is such a unique place with so many cool things that happen, not only in the development of the town, but before too.
I mean, it's just, Mackenzie was built here. It made it really interesting to build here because there was a lot of history in the valley beforehand.
Right.
This is just built here because of the reservoir. Everybody calls it Williston Lake, but it is the Williston Reservoir. It's a hydroelectric reservoir, W.A.C. Bennett Dam.
Mm-hmm. We'll get back to the collection here because this is also worth highlighting on the wall. Tell me a little bit about this collection. This is one of your, it's a highlight of the museum.
This is our biggest highlight. Marsh McDougall, the lady in the picture down there, owned a sewing store. She was a seamstress and a dress designer in Prince George, 1940. Married a gentleman named Roy McDougall, and moved up to Finley Forks, which is the joining of the Finley River and the Parsnip River, and the start of the Peace River. Wow. She got married June 6, 1940 in Prince George and made a deal with Roy. I'll come up there, and if I don't like it, you have to move to civilization. Which, in 1940, Prince George was about 5,000 people.
Civilization.
Yeah. We don't know of anybody that wanted fancy dresses back in those days, in 1940 in the valley.
Right.
A lot of times she was the only white woman in the valley. She taught herself how to paint.
Wow.
And these are her paintings.
Wow.
There's all sorts of stories about her, how she was friends with all the natives in the valley. It was wonderful.
Wow.
So
look at that.
She's well known.
Cool. Small world here. Let's step inside here, Jim, because there's more to get at in here. We've only just started. What do you want to highlight in this room? This is when you're on the northern route. This is what you're going to see.
I'd say that the highlight in this room, I love computers, and this is a 1980 laptop.
Okay. 1980, hey? Those a little different than the ones today.
It is portable. It does hook together.
Okay. Is this like a briefcase?
Yeah. Handle on the back. How do you explain to kids what a 5 1/4 inch floppy is?
See, and I've
with a straight face.
What about these seats? Are these from anywhere notable?
We used to have Tyee Theater in town.
Okay.
Those are 4 seats from there.
Oh, that's cool.
They still have some popcorn and pop stains on.
Well, we want to keep it authentic, of course, in the museum here.
We have a rock and mineral collection here in Mackenzie based on Minecraft. This is the Nether portal.
The Nether portal.
Yeah. If you've ever played Minecraft, our president was very involved. She did the paintings on the wall of all the different blocks.
This is Minecraft, so if you're talking to kids, this is their language.
Oh yeah. And if you say the wrong thing, they will correct you.
They know.
Very quickly.
It is pretty cool though. I was saying, Jim, here, like the quartzite, pyrite, like these are all things that you can find, obsidian in the game, and also kids can realize it's a real thing.
Yeah. The best part the kids like, they can touch them.
Ah.
So this is from a few years ago. That's copper and gold concentrate from Chemis or Chemis mine.
It looks so much different, hey, the concentrate as to what, it's funny. So, they put in a lot of work to that.
And I mean, all kinds of rocks here. There's petrified wood.
Oh, cool. Okay, now maybe the biggest highlight of this room is what you're seeing on the screen over there. This is pretty cool. Some local kids from the community and the museum worked together to make this.
Yes. It's a 7-minute Minecraft museum video.
But not just a video, because it has a piece of Mackenzie in there.
Yes. A Minecraft tree crusher.
That's pretty cool. Few museums can say that, Jim. Actually, none. When you come out here to the beginning where we all started, I guess we survived? Is this a feat of accomplishment here, Jim?
Well, if you have to listen to me I have given a 4.5-hour tour.
Wow. So people want, they can get it.
If they ask questions, not a problem.
Okay, I like it. Well, we have our Northern Roots passport here. We're doing the tour. And well, I think there's only one way to wrap things up, Jim. That's by getting a stamp. All right, you ready? Stamp away here. You are right there. Perfect. And that is a stop here on the Northern Roots. Thanks for playing.
Thank you.
The power of electricity. There's a lot of power, and people use it every single day of their lives. You use it, I use it, we all use it. But there's something to be said about your own power you could generate at your home. It's called solar power. We're going to talk about it today on an edition of Home Improvement with the Canadian Home Builders Association of Northern BC. Let's go talk with Joel from Gott Energy. Come on. It's a very happy house when the sun is shining. Indeed, the solar panels are at work right now, thanks to your team, Joel, at Gott Energy. And thanks so much for talking to us today. This is pretty cool. 2 big houses right beside each other that have both got solar panels.
Yeah, more and more we're seeing that. People do solar, their neighbors take a look, they look at the numbers, and they go, we should do that too. So yeah, popping up all over the place these days.
So what you're telling me is contagious. Once you see someone that has it, you realize what you could have. You're like, I should probably ask someone about that.
Contagious is a great way to describe it. Like if you went back 6-8 years up here in Prince George, you would have hardly seen a home with solar panels, and this year, they're all over the place.
Wow. Yeah. I drive them everywhere. There's not a particular area of town, we were talking about it, that really has more than, it could be any house, whether it's a new build, whether it's an existing build in the bowl, everybody's interested.
Yeah, all over the place, older homes, newer homes, it's a real spread, and everything from College Heights, the Heart, everybody.
So talk to me about what a good fit looks like for a home. I mean, we were talking about a little bit, every home, I guess, is a good fit, but what are you looking for? What do you ask the client when they come asking you, can I have solar panels in my house?
Yeah, so we always start with a question of like, what are you hoping to accomplish? For some people, it's really about saving money. For some people, it's about, I want to do my bit with the environment. And so different motivations, different options, but in general, we look at the home, we go, how much power are you using? How much do you want to get from solar? We fly our drone around the house, build a 3D model of the home, which is really cool.
Technology will work.
And then we can drop our solar panels right into that 3D model and tell you with all the shade from the trees and everything exactly how much power you're going to produce and where the panels should go, etc. And that sizes it up.
Wow. Okay, so these houses behind us here each have about 20, we were counting, on them. Is that common? Is there a common number people try and plan for?
That's a really common number. Every home, based really on how much power you're using and how much power you want to get from solar, but 20, 24, somewhere in that range is a pretty standard number of panels.
Okay, so if you have 20 panels here, we're going to do a little bit of math, a little bit of science here. I'm not going to put you on the spot too much, Joel, but like what kind of dollars can people expect to save? Is this covering their whole hydro bill, part of it? How does it work?
So that's really up to people. Some people say, I just want to cover, there's a BC Hydro rebate right now, $5,000 back for putting solar panels on your roof. And so some people say, I just want to do enough to get that full rebate. And if they do that, then you're generally looking at about 12 panels. Other people go, I want to cover 100% of my hydro bill, and then that depends on what your hydro bill is.
Yeah, you got a big family that likes cooking a lot in the air fryer, maybe a few more.
Yeah. So it varies, but in general, like a 12-panel system, you're looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of $13,000 to start, and that's before the rebate. So $8,000 out of pocket after that money comes back to you, and so it's really affordable. People are always surprised.
Yeah, that is really surprising to me. I thought it was like a big dollar thing to get in the game. To essentially, you're getting that money back in a way every single month.
Yeah, it's an investment. You purchase solar panels up front, and then you've got your payback period, and then you've got free power for potentially decades. And so it's, huge savings.
Now, if people are wondering too, the lifespan of solar panels, how this all works, this is one of the questions. It's the same goes with an EV car. Yeah. I'm sure you guys get it a lot wherever you go. What is something good to plan for? I would guess for most people, if they put them in and they plan to keep the house for a couple decades, like you said, you're probably safe.
Yeah, well, even if you're not going to keep the house, in general, a home with solar panels is going to sell quite a bit faster than a home without solar panels, because who doesn't want a home without hydro bills?
Yeah, if I'm looking, that's going to be cool.
So it's, even if you're thinking about moving, and in a lot of cases, it's a worthwhile investment still, especially with the rebate. Yes. And so, I think with each customer, we ask those questions. What are your long-term hopes and dreams, and is it, are you looking for increase in property value, looking to save money, looking for environmental stewardship? Well, what is that about? And then also security. A lot of people worried about that these days, and a lot of people don't know that a system like this, you don't need any batteries.
Really, I was going to ask about the install and the batteries. Yeah, what do you need?
Yeah, so for a lot of systems like this one, it's just solar panels, basically, and that the power runs straight down into your electrical panel and just shaves your hydro bills down. If you want to add batteries, you can, but it's an optional thing. And generally that's for protection for power outages. Right. So if the grid goes down, then your system just flips over and continues to operate independently. And if you're off grid, then obviously you got to run with batteries all the time. Yeah. But if you're grid connected, like these places, then batteries are an optional add-on. Yeah.
Well, if people are interested, they're hearing this, they want to improve their home, maybe save the environment, maybe save a little money on their power bill here too. They just give you guys a call and then you can book them in?
Absolutely, yep. Awesome. We're available to chat anytime.
Awesome, well thank you so are you going to wear the shirt every time you show up to visit somebody?
I do wear these shirts a lot because I really like them, but yeah.
In case solar panels weren't just part of the incentive, Joel will wear the shirt for you too. There you go. We'll link all their info on ckpgtoday.ca. Thanks so much for joining us for another edition of Home Improvement here on the Today Show.
Awesome, thanks so much.
Home Improvement on CKPG Today is brought to you by the Canadian Home Builders Association of Northern BC. Look for the logo, the sign of Canada's home building professionals.
Yeehaw, folks, and welcome to the Hobby Horse Hoedown. Day number 1, we're meeting horse number 1, and that is Sir Vanderhoof. Fit from his royal roots and in the heart of the Nechako Valley. We have, who is the jockey on this one?
Jen the jockey.
Jen the jockey, okay. So Sir Vanderhoof is a royal name. Are you going to have royal success? What do you anticipate in the Hobby Horse Hoedown?
Oh, I'm leaving everyone in the dust. They're all going off to the glue factory afterwards.
Oh, okay. Some dirt already being thrown, or some mud perhaps, here on day number 1 of the Hobby Horse Hoedown. All you have to do to vote is head online to ckpgtoday.ca and vote for your winning horse. If your horse wins, you have an extra chance to win tickets to see the Energetic County Fair.
Miss an episode?
That's okay, life gets busy. We get it. Or maybe you didn't miss anything, but you're here to watch that one feature again because honestly, it was that good. No judgment. Here's the good news. You can relive every moment of the CKPG Today Show whenever you want. Head over to ckpgtoday.ca, click on the Today Show tab, and voila. So grab some snacks, kick back, and binge away because let's face it, life's too short to miss out on great local TV. Northern BC is in for a real treat this summer during the energetic county fair in July because the one, the only Wynonna is going to be making an appearance there and headlining the festival July 17th to 19th in Fort St. John. And we're so lucky to be joined by the one and only Wynonna on the show today. Thank you so much for making the time to chat. I guess first of all, Wynonna, how are you doing today?
I am having the best day ever talking about me. No, I'm talking about the tour. I'm talking about what it's like to be 61 tomorrow. I'm talking about raising my 3-year-old granddaughter. I'm talking about the tour every minute because it's coming fast. And I can't believe it's been 42 years.
Wow. That is incredible. Yeah, I was, doing some research as one does. It's crazy you've been doing this as long as you have. So kind of since the rise when you were 17 years old. And now, like you said, you're turning 61 here. Does it ever get old?
No, the travel is hard. I always say I get paid to travel and I play for free. This tour gives me the experience of connecting with the fans who have been there since 1984. And some of them are bringing their kids and grandkids. So I'm looking at different generations. I'm looking at people who have never seen me before. I have people raise their hand who have never been to my concerts. I love coming to Canada. It's been a minute, so I'm going to be extra sassy. And I'm looking forward to playing music with my husband every night on stage. Cactus Mosier, my producer husband, is in the band and he plays the drums like nobody. And I think that it's just time to celebrate. I think we need more of that.
Now you got a full library of music. You could play, I could have it playing for days here on our show before you actually took the stage in Fort St. John. But what kind of show can people expect? What are you hoping to give the fans?
I want to be real as possible. I want to be authentic. I want to be, I've been doing this long enough to where I've done shows where it's all about the performance. And I want to be able to go out on stage and connect with someone and say, choose life. If I can do it, you can too. I want to be a blessing to somebody who needs it because they're struggling. And I just want to be useful. I just want to be useful. I'm at an age in my life where raising this 3-year-old is so humbling. Oh my, is it humbling? And I go out on stage and it's a little bit of Miss America, sure, because I have the sparkles, but it's also about giving people permission to celebrate themselves in this music because they grew up with it. I've got people in the audience who got divorced during one of my songs and it's helped them through a really painful time. Country music is poetry of the common man. So you're talking about people who are just going through life and they're feeling it in that audience. So it's a real experience for me.
The message to young performers, because you've worked with so many performers here, I wanted to build on that. What would you say to someone trying to make it? Because you talk so often about having to make it yourself. What would your message be to younger performers out there?
What the message was to me from Loretta Lynn, I had Tammy Wynette and Dolly Parton as my elders, if you will, in the time when I was 17 years old. And they said things like, be on time and be prepared, be kind, and never let them tell you who you are. That's huge for me. That was always, I'm such a free spirit and people were always trying to tell me what to do and what not to do. I pay attention to that one because sometimes my ideas are a little crazy. Hey, that's why I've made it this far. But I also know to listen. I know to listen now. I didn't as much before because in your 20s and 30s, you think you're so freaking smart.
I think we
all figured out. You do. You have it all figured out. And I think the biggest one, save your money and follow your gut. I tell that to people all the time. Follow your gut. If the record label is telling you that they want to market you this way, but you feel led to go this way, go this way.
Well, I think Fort St. John and the Peace Country up in northern BC is a perfect fit. I'm so lucky to say we have some pair of tickets to give away as well to the show. So head online to ckpgtoday.ca and have your chance to enter there for that. But Wynonna, I just want to thank you so much for your time today.
Oh, you're so welcome. Oh my goodness. I love Canada.
What is it about Canada? What's it so special for you?
No, I think it's just been going on for such a love affair, a long time, that when I come there, I think they're just so grateful that we come over there. And I think I am too, because I feel like I'm in a different, it's like all the fans are brand new or something. It's like this way to communicate overseas kind of thing, where you just feel like you're bringing it. And it just feels very celebratory.
I like it. Do you have a favorite Canadian food? Are you a big fan of poutine?
I have a thing for free food. Anything free.
Well, you're coming to the right place then, Canada. People, of course, I think we're very polite anyway. I try to think that way. Yeah, thank you so much for spending the time.
You're welcome, my dear.
Yeah,
thank you for being so professional.
Well, thank you. Yeah, looking forward to seeing you up there in the Peace Country this summer, July 17th to 19th, the Energetic County Fair. Thanks so much, Wynonna, and we'll see you on that leg of the tour.
All right.
Taking a look outside at today's CKPG snapshot, this one captured by Ann Spears, a group of young elk followed by the curious cows. It's funny, you see these two working together here. I wonder what the cows think. Do you think it's just a random cousin that decided to pay them a visit? Thanks so much to Ann Spears for capturing this moment. Of course, if you have a snapshot, send it our way. snapshot@ckpg.com. Taking a look back at 1993, of course, when the Civic Center, all this area was changing, so was the courthouse area. A big time of change in the downtown core because the courthouse is, getting ready for utilities. Of course, a big project done by the provincial government here in Prince George because, well, where was the old courthouse? That's right, where the old Prince George Native Friendship Building is today. Looks a little bit different, but it was about time Prince George got a courthouse, and well, they're building a state-of-the-art one, which you still see today downtown on George Street. There you go. Fun fact, the old courthouse, the Prince George Native Friendship Center, is still standing. So kind of goes to show the new one's really not that old, but very nice building, can say myself. I haven't spent any time in the bad side of the courthouse, but I assume that's nice too. Anyways, thanks so much for watching today. We'll see you for more great stuff on the show tomorrow. Don't forget to enter your guesses in the Hobby Horse Hoedown before our race at the end of the week. Bye for now, folks.